The new recruit wanted to show off how powerful his rocket launcher was. Even though the pilot was the woman he secretly liked, he still chose to aim and fire. The woman could not believe her eyes. As a top pilot, she could not accept that she had been shot down. So the moment she landed, she planned to find the person responsible. Seeing how angry she was, the two people in front of her quickly stepped aside. Back to the earlier moment, the new recruits had pushed through heavy gunfire and finally found the rescue target. But to their shock, the target was actually a pig. Everyone stood frozen in place. Just then, a voice suddenly came through the radio. It was the instructor. They all tensed up. This was supposed to be a private communication channel. How did the instructor get in? Through the conversation, they learned that one of their teammates had been captured. Another real rescue target had also been taken. The instructor announced that both the teammate and the target would be executed in 2 hours. That meant they had to take over the enemy command post within that time. It seemed like an impossible mission. The command center was 50 kilometers away and heavily guarded. Worse, they were carrying a pig and enemy troops were chasing them from behind. They had no idea what to do until they suddenly heard the roar of a helicopter above. The two leaders looked at each other. At that moment, they came up with a wild plan. Soon, the helicopter spotted their distress signal. When it arrived, the crew saw a female soldier lying on the ground. She turned out to be the pilot's ex-wife. So without hesitation, the pilot landed the helicopter and helped her on board. But once everyone got in, the female soldier suddenly opened her eyes. That's when the pilot realized he had been tricked. She was never hurt. It had all been a setup to hijack the helicopter. Meanwhile, another woman sensed something was wrong. When she got no reply from the pilot, she rushed to the scene. But as soon as she arrived, a new recruit fired a rocket launcher and shot her down. With the helicopter secured, reaching the command center 50 kilometers away was no longer a problem. An instructor who was out on patrol saw the lone helicopter flying back and knew something was wrong. Why was it returning alone? But it was too late. The instructor left inside the command center was killed before he could react. At the same time, the captured teammate heard gunfire and realized help was near. To buy time, he asked the guards to let him say goodbye to the rescue target. The request seemed silly, but the guards agreed. That gave the new recruits enough time to launch a surprise attack from behind. They successfully rescued both the teammate and the real target. But just as they prepared to escape, over a dozen armed helicopters suddenly surrounded them.